toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Horned Frogs will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll bring it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Kentucky's offense will go to work first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit them up top. To the air, it's Barrett. He hurls one deep down the left side. It's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Horned Frogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
He'll keep it himself. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna run it. It's Simon. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Wants to throw. It's Russell. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Caught in the backfield. It's Smart. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pocket breaking down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Looking deep. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. That's caught. It's Thomas. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Russell. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The option look. Finds a little space. Breaks into the open. Nice job to keep it himself, find the 1st down marker, and move the change for this offense. And the Horned Frogs are marching down the field. Unloads it left. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the 2nd one, and now to try to get things back on track. Lowers those pads. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24, and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got it in the middle, it's Daly. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Here comes the speed on the jet sweep. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Barrett. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add them down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Back to pass. Under fire. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you've worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Takes the handoff. It's Ellison. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll run play action. Snagged in the middle. It's Cook. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Barrett. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Oh, he's got some space. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
The Horned Frogs will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Sends it back in motion. With the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a tie?
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Auburn is down, but they are not out of it. Not in Jordan-Hare, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Oklahoma. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Using his legs, it's Ellison. Got enough for the first. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Daniels. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first, it's at the 37.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Bringing the heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And this defense gets the sack and puts them in 3rd and long. And I tell you what, this offense, they just got to stay out of those situations. Last drive, they got in it and they had to punt. This drive, getting in it again, predictable situations are really hard to protect your quarterback.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
Spins away from the defender. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Russell. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Looking to throw. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on 1st down, but the defense was ready. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Now on the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. They recovered their own fumble, but now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Takes a hit as he fires.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. And his first pass is incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Wants to pass it. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on 1st down, but it doesn't work. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the gun to give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Motion from the wideout. On the run, it's Palmer. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this run.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Russell. On target to the left. There he goes. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Looking for the goal line, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, TCU!
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Daniels. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Dropping back. It's Barrett. Right on target this time. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They want to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Daniels. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Wildcats headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They're dealing with a second and long.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. He's going to run it. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. He leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. He's in open space downfield.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's
breaks into the open. Got enough for the first down. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And the Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And I'll tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. That's caught. It's Daniels. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They've got the screen set up, and that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. And the Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
On this first and goal, let's see what Kentucky does. They'll go to the air. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
Got it set up on the outside. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. He's looking downfield to throw. Lets it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Looking for room, it's Palmer. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. The Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Gets it out fast. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Wildcats!
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back, he sees his guy, and he knows he's open, but watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Russell. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top. Oh, he's got some space. Doing some serious work on the ground, out of bounds at the 35 after that big run. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the ground, he's got it again. And this one will be stopped for no gain. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. These 2 teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. And they've regained the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Mississippi State endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Stark Vegas. And the Bulldogs came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Thank you. Turning it on. The 50, the 40, the 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
TCU. And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On play action. Blasted as he lets it go. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Barrett. Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. They'll run it from the gun. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal blocking offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Now they'll run the draw. Spins away from the defense. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff to the single running back. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Wildcats started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. give to the running back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. The Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Barrett. Fires to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. On 4th down, looking to pass. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Palmer. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Plucks it out of the air. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
And you can tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You going to leave that open? Okay, I'm going to take it right now.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll try the counter. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, it's Barrett. Got a man, it's Daniels. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's Ellison. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. He's got enough to move the chains for Kentucky. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Still plenty of time for this offense, but this probably their final drive, under 2 minutes to play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
And now with that play, for this offense, it's got to have it time. Yeah, I'm going for it on 4th down. Obviously, a field goal does nothing, but I got 3 timeouts, and that is a good thing. Because I have those in my pocket, I can attack the whole field. I just got to focus in on the yardage to get this.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between.
There he goes. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Using his legs, it's Palmer. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's the handoff. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. Give to the back. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Horned Frogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. From the red zone, it's Palmer. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the party each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, they've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.